Hello, everyone. Welcome to the virtual college fair as part of Colleges That Change Lives virtual days. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your cameras and microphones are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one session happening. So be sure to sign up for additional ones wherever you signed up for this one. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at the same website where you registered. Well, that's all the housekeeping stuff I have, so I will step out of the way and turn it over to our presenter from the Evergreen State College. Thank you.
Thank you, Ross. Appreciate it. Oh. Good morning. My name is George Castro, and I am with the Evergreen State College. We are the only public liberal arts school in the state of Washington that grants a 4-year degree. Admissions at evergreen.edu if you have any further questions after the presentation, or you can call 360-867-6170. And we're there Monday through Friday from 8 till 5. We're working virtually. So what they'll do, they will answer the phone and connect you with one of the admissions counselors that's available, okay? What you see here is Olympia, Washington. On the left side of your screen, it's a quaint little town, around 60,000 people. Mount Rainier, you see in the background, is 2 hours away. But if you like urban, we have Seattle, is about an hour and a half to our north, and Portland, Oregon is 2 hours south of us. So we have a little bit of everything, with mountains, ocean. We are right on the Puget Sound, as a matter of fact. If you like hiking, you love the outdoors, a great place to be. Our mascot, Speedy, you see on the right-hand side of your screen, is a gooey duck. Gooey duck, they're the biggest clam in the world, and they play a key role in the ecosystem. They help remove acids from the ocean. So go Speedy, go gooey ducks, and let's go into our presentation. We have been around since 1967. Once again, we're part of the 6 public institutions in the state of Washington. We are the only one that's a liberal arts school. And we are the only public liberal arts school that belongs to the Colleges That Change Lives, CTCL. We sit on 1,000 acres right on the Puget Sound. As a matter of fact, the picture you see here, that's Evergreen Beach, where the students go and they learn the basics of marine science, marine biology, before they go out in the field and do their programs of studies and do actual field research, or they start working with the local tribes as a part of the internship. That's where you learn the basics, yeah. We also have a 5-acre organic farm. If farming is your thing, or your agricultural major, every Tuesdays and Thursdays, they also sell the organic produce on campus at a discount for students, 50%. But this organic farm, you learn the basics of soil, from soil composition for the sciences piece up to how to open and run an organic restaurant. So food to table type program. So if you're into that type of stuff, it's a great opportunity to come learn how to grow organic produce and open a restaurant. We are a very diverse school. We have students from 48 different countries, 48 different states and 18 different countries. So we have a little bit of everything. We do a lot of group-based learning, hands-on experiential learning. Just about every program you take at Evergreen, you have to do a group project, and you will present your findings at the end of the program, which is cool. And we're going to talk about programs and classes later into the presentation, because we're a little unique, we're a little different. We offer 3 undergraduate or bachelor's degrees, a bachelor's of arts, a bachelor's of science, or a combination of bachelor's of arts and sciences. And we also offer 3 master's degrees or graduate degrees. We have a master's in public administration, master's in teaching, and master's on environmental studies. We are Division III when it comes to athletics and the NAIA. We have volleyball, we have soccer, track and field, and basketball. So if you're interested in sports, reach out to the coach directly, send them your video, and you can go from there. All right, so moving right on here, right along. All right, so at Evergreen, like I said before, we are different. We are unique in the sense that we're student-centric. Therefore, you are in charge of your own education. You don't have to do any general requirements. Everything you do at Evergreen is based on what you're passionate about, based on what you want to do in life. So if you're into climate change, stopping climate change, helping the environment, you can come to Evergreen and start taking science courses. You don't have to take any general requirements. You don't have to declare a major, and you don't have to stick with another department, okay? Everything you do here is based on your passion because we want you to succeed. And you're paying a lot of money to go to school, so might as well study what you want to learn, what you want to concentrate on for the rest of your life, because you'll be successful if you're studying something that you're into it instead of being directed what to do. So as part of that, and don't worry, you don't do it alone. You have an academic advisor that will help you put your path together. And the same with the faculty members. We're small school, so the ratio to teacher to student is 1 to 21. Therefore, they become your mentors and they help you put a plan together as far as career after graduating or applying to graduate or research school after you graduate from Evergreen. So in order to complete a Bachelor's of Arts degree, you will need a total 180 quarter credits. We're in a 10-week quarters. So 180, and for example, your major, we call majors areas of emphasis. So out of those 180, 45 have to be in what you want to graduate in. So for example, I want to do a Bachelor's of Arts with a concentration or area or emphasis in journalism. I will complete a total 180 credits. I will take, out of this 180, I will take 45 journalism credits. So I'll get a Bachelor's of Arts in journalism. Bachelor's of Science is a little different. And you will need a total 180 credits. Out of those 180 total, you will need 72 science, math, or computer science related, and 48 have to be upper division, meaning junior or senior level courses, okay? And remember, Evergreen, everything you do is on your passion. So let's say for a year, you've been hitting the sciences hard, you need a break. You want to go take something completely different than sciences. So you can go take an ARPS program for a quarter and take a break from the sciences and then come back to your sciences. So Evergreen, you have the freedom, you have that creative power over your degree, and you can explore and do whatever you want instead of being told what to do. Just take this 2 years of this 101 series before you can start your degree at Evergreen. Everything you do is based on your passion. So it's nice to have the freedom as far as choosing what you want to take. Usually the way it works at Evergreen, we know a lot of students, they get to their sophomore year, they change their majors, regular schools or traditional schools, you'll have to go back and revisit your general requirements. At Evergreen, you don't. Everything you do here counts as you're graduating 180 degree credits. So the freshman year, we ask you to explore. We want you to take 44 credits, and what do you think that you're interested in? So whether it's the sciences, the arts, you do a combination, you finally spend the first year as a freshman exploring what your passions are. And once you find out what that is, your sophomore year, you start refining your education. Okay, I really like this marine science stuff. So you start taking your marine science programs. Your junior year, you concentrate on your area of emphasis, or you can go study abroad, or you do internships. That way, if you find out that you want to change before you graduate, they give you the whole senior year to get prepared to change that major or area of emphasis like I mentioned before. And then lastly, your senior year, you apply what you learn. Once again, you start doing more internships, you start volunteering, you start networking to get a career going, or you start applying towards the next level, whether it's graduate school or research school. You start getting your extra physics, chemistries, statistics that you will need to go into graduate school. So that's how you progress to Evergreen. Once again, remember, you have your academic advisors helping you out, and you also have your faculty and peer mentors to help you out, okay? Once the faculty get to know you and you get to know them, you build that relationship, they walk you through it, and they'll help you get to where you want to go after you graduate. Okie dokie. So we have 67 total fields of study at Evergreen. But the most popular ones as of right now, environmental studies is huge. There's a lot of interest in environmental studies. As we all know, climate change is affecting our way of life. So there's a lot of students that want to prevent that from happening. So Environmental math studies is huge up to the master's level, like I mentioned before. Psychology, ever since the COVID-19, there's been a shift towards psychology and everything that's been going on. Pre-medicine it's a great program. It's big. Our students score really high in the MCAT exam, and that's what you need to get into medical school. The medical college assessment test, they score really high. So if you want to go study pre-med, try to do it at a small school where you have the attention of the faculty to help you take that exam. So, because you not only need that bachelor's of science degree, you also need to pass that MCAT exam to get into the school of choice for medicine if you go in that route, the medicine route. Pre-law, so it's been popular, and we have arts. We have some amazing spaces for arts. The labs are incredible. So if you're into the arts, there's a little bit of that for you as well. Okay. So Evergreen, how we're different. Everything you do at Evergreen is based on how the world works. Okay, everything is integrated, interdisciplinary, because every field is connected to one another in different ways. Okay, so at Evergreen, like I mentioned before, everything is integrated, interdisciplinary. It's one program instead of individual classes. So for example, instead of going to a biology class and you're done and you move on to sustainability, then you're done with that, you financial management. At Evergreen, you keep the same faculty members and the same classmates throughout the entire program. So for example, in a quarter, you're taking business, biology, and sustainable solutions. This is a 16 credit program. 16 credits are the norm for a quarter. 12 is the minimum you need to keep financial aid. And 20 is the max that will let you take it in a quarter, because that's a lot of work. And at Evergreen, everything you do is to build that analytical power, a way of thinking, your critical thinking skills, and building up on your problem solving skills. And that's what's going to get you higher once you graduate. So at Evergreen, we want you to start working on that brain power, building brain power, how to think critically, how to think analytically, and how to become a problem solver. And you build up upon every program after program. Instead of a traditional school, you learn all this information, you take your test, you get your A, you dump it all, you move on. At Evergreen, you have those building blocks to stimulate brain power. So for example, this program, Business Biology and Sustainable Solutions, a 16 credit program, two professors, a biology professor and a financial management professor. And they were studying the effects of climate change, the biology and ecology piece, and how it was affecting the pollinators were not pollinating. So it was affecting the Midwest and the agricultural field. Therefore, the futures going to China and Japan were not fulfilled. Therefore, it was affecting the financial side when it came to Wall Street. So in this case, you learn how everything is integrated into interdisciplinary and how one field affects the other and how everything works together as a whole. So in order to fix this problem, they came up with the solution of integrating new flora around the agricultural Midwest farms to attract the bees. And apparently that was the solution to that problem. So that's what Evergreen wants you to think, be creative, whether it's the arts, whether it's the sciences, humanities, whatever it is you want to study, you're always critically thinking. You analyze, you collect data, you research the data, you put the data together, and how is this data? What is it telling me? How do I present it? How do I solve this problem? The same with the arts. How do I create something significant that's going to impact emotions in my audience, stuff like that. That's how Evergreen wants you to go. Instead of concentrating on silos and departments, we want you to experience the whole world as it turns. Okay, so that's Evergreen. That's how we're unique. And remember, you're in charge of your education. So every program you take is based on what you're passionate about. Okay, nobody's going to tell you what to take next because we think that's a great path to graduation. Everything you do here is based on your passions. Moving on, other opportunities, even in a weekend studies. So let's say if your junior year, you're going to go to Japan to do your study abroad, you want to take some Japanese classes before you go. You can do that, for example, on Tuesdays and Thursday nights from 4 to 6 p.m. So you go do your 16 credits during the day, and then Tuesday evening and Thursday evening, you can study Japanese if you like, and take your 20 credits during that quarter. Or for example, your junior year, you decide, okay, I'm going to apply for medical school. I need some extra chemistry, so physics or statistics. And you take the day program, and Wednesdays and Fridays, you can take extra physics or chemistries for 4 credits. So you take 20 credits that day. So those are opportunities, that you can build upon your education as well. Study abroad, we have like 300 different destinations. We have a counselor that it will help you put everything together to include scholarships to go study abroad, what paperwork you need, passports, all that stuff. They help you out. You just go let them know, hey, I'm thinking of going abroad to Spain. And you can do it as an individual, but we also have programs that go abroad as well. So there's opportunity to go study abroad. So take advantage of that. This ILC is the next one. Individual learning contracts is really special. ILCs are, you can get a sponsor from your faculty. Remember, like I said before, you become close to your faculty members and you get to know them. You ask them, hey, I have an opportunity, for example, to go do an internship with Google for a quarter. Will you sponsor me to get my credits through Evergreen? So you guys will come into an agreement. The faculty member will tell you, hey, if you do this work while you're working with Google for a quarter, I'll give you 16 credits. You put that together. You go to Google and work for a quarter while you're earning your credits through Evergreen, which is awesome. Internships. Once again, we have counselors that help you with the internships. Most of them are paid internships. There's a lot of opportunity around here with the local Native American tribes. We have the Puyallups, the Squaxins. We have like 27 tribes around us, and it's pretty cool because you can do actual hands-on research if you're into the sciences, or you can explore the arts through the Native perspective if you like, and start creating from there. So a lot of opportunities for all this stuff. Okay. This is one of my favorite things about the Evergreen State College. So when you go out there into the world and you tell somebody, hey, I'm a B student, I'm a 3.6 GPA, what is that telling people about you, right? Hardly anything. Oh, he was good at school. He concentrated, he studied, did what he had to do to graduate, or she did what she had to do to graduate. But at Evergreen, everything you do here, you get a narrow evaluation. The faculty members will go into detail and they will write about you, who you are as a student, how have you progressed, how have you matured. Everything you do in the course is in detail described in that paper. It's signed by you, it's signed by the faculty, it's an official document, therefore you can use it to build your resume, you can use it to apply to graduate school, because people want to know who you are. They want to see more than A, B, or 3.8 or 4.0, right? They want to read about you. That's why they ask you to write application statements and essays. But at Evergreen, you will have 4 years worth of their evaluations. Just think how powerful that is. You can go back and reference, your first year at school. You learn how to do mapping through a GPS. And let's say the new job, they're asking you to have 2 years of experience. You have it recorded there that you took a course. So you get evaluated by the faculty. You evaluate yourself. So when you show up for your their evaluation meeting with the faculty, you bring your self-evaluation. The faculty will have one done for you, and you also evaluate your faculty. And what happens, you usually meet for an hour, hour and a half. You read what the faculty wrote about you. They read what you wrote about them. And at the end, when you guys come to an agreement, if you like your self-evaluation, you sign it, it's official. If you think some changes need to be made, that's where you rate your self-evaluation. Because sometimes the faculty forget that you were the team leader for the group-based project or whatnot. So, they like that input just in case they forgot something. Remember, they have other 20 students to take care of. So, but it's a great tool for you to apply to graduate school. 97% of our undergraduate students that got a bachelor's degree that go on to master's program or graduate school, they get into the first or second pick of schools based on their evaluations. So that's pretty good. Okay, that's a great tool, and you deserve this. You're more than a letter. You're more than a number. Okay. As far as admissions, we're open right now. Our priority deadline is 1 December. We do a holistic review, so don't disqualify yourself. Even you have a low GPA, you think your GPA is a little too low, just apply. We will let you know. We do a holistic review. We read the application statements for every application that is turned in. We ask you to please go to application evergreen.edu, apply is preferred. We're also part of the Common App, but Common App has little glitches here and there. So we prefer if you go to evergreen.edu. It's easier for you, it's easier for us, and your application will get processed a lot faster. In order to help alleviate the financial stress that COVID-19 is it's posing on family members or families as a whole, we're waiving the application fee. So please apply between now and December 1st. You save some money by doing so. We will need your official transcript from high school or a GED. We also will need your SAT score or ACT score if you have one. But with test optional, so if you decided to apply text optional, the application statement becomes a requirement. If you decide to turn in your SAT or ACT score as favorable, because your application will move to the top. Otherwise, we have to wait until we read the application statement and make a decision from there, okay? The scholarships, we have a Scholastic Achievement Awards based on your GPA from high school. We're also part of the Western and Graduate Exchange Program, the WUI. If you're not familiar with this, ask your college and career counselor. It's a great program. It's pretty much you come to, if you're a freshman with a 3.5 GPA starting college in the fall, you get to pay state tuition plus 50%. So instead of paying $27,000 a year annually, you only pay 10 grand. But doesn't matter if you don't have a 3.5 GPA, we have a Scholastic Achievement Awards for out-of-state students. So like I said before, don't disqualify yourself, apply. We'll let you know what we can do for you guys, okay? If you have parents that were in the military and you want to apply with their GI Bill, we have 50% veteran tuition discount and many other applications. So, and the great news is for scholarships, all you need is one application that will qualify you for all the scholarships. You don't have to fill an individual one for each one of them. As far as the WUI, you qualify based on your zip code, so don't worry about that one. And yeah, like I said before, one application for scholarships will qualify you for all of them, okay? So remember, 1 February is our scholarship deadline, priority deadline. So if you're gonna apply with 1 December, immediately after, apply for scholarships. Some of these are first come, first serve till the funds run out. So do yourself a favor and apply early. And yeah, that's a great program for scholarships as well. Some of the Evergreen Facts. I thought I had a question, but I guess not. Okay, no questions so far. Okay, great. Some of the Evergreen Facts, and this is based on the US News and World Report college ranking. So you can go to their website, US News and World Report college rankings, or you can use the CTCL website. We're the #2. This is the entire Western Territory to include Alaska and Hawaii. And remember, there's some killer schools around in the Western Territory, but somehow little bitty Evergreen, the public institution in the state of Washington, liberal arts, we're the #2 most innovative school in the entire US Western region. We are the #4 in best undergraduate teaching. Just think about that. So you get a great education at a great cost at a beautiful place in the Puget Sound. #14 in top public schools. #21 best colleges for veterans, and #37 in the entire regional universities west. So this is pretty amazing for us. So you can tell your families, yeah, I'm going to a great school, paying a great price, getting a great education. I also, we're here, so we're part of CTCL. Oh, student jobs, please do yourself a favor, and when you do your FAFSA, which is open 1 October, so hopefully if you guys haven't done so, go ahead and start your FAFSA. That's very important. And make sure you click work study. We have like 1,000 different work study positions, anything from ambassadors for admissions to work in the science labs so you're a science student, the art labs so you're an art student, and many more jobs. Like the organic farm, you can work there. So there's plenty of opportunities for jobs, make some money while you're going to school. Like I mentioned before, we're a small school, 1 to 21 faculty to student ratio. And 86% of our students are either employed or they go into graduate school within a year of graduating from Evergreen. So it's a great program. We're a small school that can get you to where you want to go fast, okay? And with this is the end of the presentation. Do we have any questions at all? I know I went through it pretty fast. We have 45 minutes. I wanted to allow some time for questions if you have them. I'm looking at the question and answer. I don't have anything there. So if we don't have any questions, I would like to also, if I have the time, share a video that we have about Evergreen. No questions so far, okay. Let me get out of here and we can watch the video real quick. Here we go. Where is Evergreen? Here we go. Let me stop it here so I can share it properly. Oops. Okay. I don't know what's going on here, but let me see. Share with computer sound.
Liberal arts institution nestled in the beautiful Pacific Northwest, sitting at the base of the Puget Sound on the outskirts of Olympia, Washington. Downtown Olympia is just 15 minutes from campus and has lots to see and do. Stock up on organic produce at the farmers market, check out the local coffee shops, or catch a film screening at the historic Capitol Theater. If you're after something a little more metropolitan, Tacoma, Seattle, and Portland are all less than a 2-hour drive away. When it comes to the great outdoors, we've got you covered. Take in the majestic waterfalls of the Columbia River Gorge, watch the sun come up over the Pacific Ocean, or take a hike in Mount Rainier National Park. A short day trip is all it takes to get you up close and personal with these and many other natural wonders. If you don't want to get off campus, there's still plenty to do. We have over 100 student-designed clubs and social groups. Our outdoor leadership office organizes activities to enjoy in groups or as a solo adventurer. We also have some great sports teams who play in the NAIA division. These include men and women's soccer, basketball, track and field, and volleyball. Surrounded by 1,000 acres of lush forest, Evergreen's campus is more than a great place to let your mind wander. It's also a natural environment for learning. With many traditional majors, Evergreen offers the ability to customize your education, giving you ultimate flexibility and control. Every class you take at Evergreen will integrate multiple subjects, helping you connect dots and find ways to innovate your specific course of study. This combined with our hands-on approach to learning, and you'll be ready to take your problem-solving skills into the real world. In addition to the regular academic coursework, you'll have access to open lab and studio spaces. Each space is staffed with faculty and student workers to teach you new skills or help with existing hobbies. You'll have access to the ceramic studio, the wood and metal shops, the natural history museum, personal chemistry labs, and the aquarium, plus many more. Higher education doesn't have to be high cost. We have tons of scholarships and tuition awards to help you offset college expenses and make your Evergreen experience as affordable as possible. Yearly tuition is just over $7,000 for Washington residents and $27,000 for out-of-state students. Upon application, you'll automatically be considered for one of our merit scholarships. The Evergreen State College is also a member of the Western Undergraduate Exchange Program. The application deadline for additional scholarships is February 1st and requires a separate application. It's always a good idea to apply early. Applications for admission are now open. You can apply at evergreen.edu/apply or through the Common Application. Along with the admissions application, you'll need to submit your official high school transcripts and SAT or ACT scores. You can also apply test optional by submitting an essay in lieu of your test scores. While we don't have a minimum GPA, we recommend that students with a GPA lower than 2.7 submit an essay, resume, letters of recommendation, or conduct an interview to supplement their application. The application priority deadline is December 1st. To receive your free information packet about the Evergreen State College, fill out the form at info.evergreen.edu/requestinfo. For help with your application or to get your questions answered, please contact your admissions counselor.
Do we have any questions at this time? Mr. Ross, I don't see any questions. That's all I had for the presentation.
Okay. Do you have any things that come up, maybe some frequently asked questions that you've experienced over, your time doing this?
Oh,
And
I have a question that I'm sorry.
It's more like just a thank you for the presentation. So.
Oh, thank you for the presentation. Sure, I can share the housing and so housing, you have different choices as far as housing. You can be in a dorm with 4 other students where you guys have your own room but share common areas. I get that question a lot. We don't ask you, it's not mandatory to stay on campus, but a lot of students stay there the first and second year until they make friends. So your choices are a dorm with 4 rooms, so you share common spaces with 4 people, or a dorm with 2 rooms, so you share the common space with another person. Or if you want to spend a little more money, you can get your own apartment. It's a little more costly. It all includes the high-speed internet. But yeah, those are the choices as far as our housing. Do you have any type of? Yes, so the question, if we have any, we have cultural and social clubs. Yeah, we have the Black Student Union. We have APAC, the Asian Pacific clubs. They do a lot of activities. The Black Student Unions, we celebrate Juneteenth every year. They're very involved with the student council and the board of trustees. So there's a lot of opportunities to join social and cultural clubs or just fun clubs. We have like 70 different clubs on campus that you can take advantage of and make friends and yeah, hang out with your type of people you like as well. So yeah, great opportunities for that. Great question. Thank you. As far as student life, we have resources, a lot of resources available, peer-to-peer counselor. Sometimes we understand the first year is really, really hard. First time away from home. So we have counselors in hand for mental health. We have all kinds of resources for you. We have student mentors as well, where you can go do, if you're struggling with a certain subject, you can go ask for help and they will help you work through it. So, or if you're really good at writing or math, you can take a 2-credit program and you can be the peer mentor as well. So great questions. Yes. As far as things to do, students are always doing, there's a lot to do in Olympia, a lot of arts, a lot of music venues. Right now, COVID-19 is kind of slowing stuff down, but students can still get out there and enjoy the city. A lot of the local art shops are owned by Evergreen alum. The same with the music venues, a lot of restaurants, a lot of businesses that are owned by alums. So it's fun to go talk to them in the field study that you're in and learn from them. Hey, how do you get to open your own restaurant and from organic production to opening your own restaurant, if that's something you're into it, or how are you running this movie theater, you know, how you learn the film media and all this. We have our own newspaper as well. So if you're into journalism and you want to start building your portfolio, you can do an internship with the Cooper Point Journal. Is the name of our newspaper, and you get to start publishing your work. You do your own photographs, you do your write-ups, and you just publish it there. The same with Chaos 89.7 is our own radio station, and you can volunteer to go be a DJ. You want to learn how to run a radio station. If you want to into music engineering, music recording, we have all those spaces. Everything is based on proficiency. So you do the workshop, usually a two-day workshop. You can go use those spaces on your own. You don't have to wait for the faculty to be there. So take advantage of the spaces. We have some great labs, music labs, engineering, computer labs, media and film, you name it, we have it. And you don't have to be a graduate student to be able to use those on your own. You can do it as an undergraduate student going for your bachelor's degree, which is awesome. Remember, we're a small school, so you can do stuff like that. Do we have any other questions at all? We have like a few more minutes.
I think if we don't have any questions coming in through the Q&A, one thing that I always think is fun is what would you say is your favorite campus or school tradition? Like what's something that students seem to really just get a big kick out of, like as far as like a tradition or you know, both on campus or just for the school?
Great point. Thank you, bro. So there's many traditions, but I enjoy the one that they call Chibi Chibi Con. It happened once a year around the September time frame, and that's when all the anime students come and they're dressed up in their creations, you know. So you see all this funny looking stuff walking around. What is that? And you get to see their characters, their dresses as their characters, and it's pretty fun to see that Chibi Chibi Con as all the art students get together and their creative writings, and they wear the customs of their creations. Also, before graduation, they have the run to the sound, where you run like, I think it's like 2 kilometers, and you jump in the frigid water of Pacific Northwest in the Puget Sound before graduating, which is pretty cool. The water temperature is around 57 degrees always, and Juneteenth is pretty. It's nice to go see and experience that. Juneteenth, they usually bring performers from outside, you know, like, and we all get together and celebrate Juneteenth, which is pretty cool. It's very humbling, very good experience as far as learning. Let's see. Yeah, so I think that will be to my two favorites. Oh, the outdoor program is an awesome program too. You can also be a student worker for the outdoor program. They plan trips and take students around. All you have to do is pay your $20. Let's say if you like to go snowboarding, they provide all the equipment, transportation. All you do is show up, pay the 20 bucks. They do the driving. They bring the equipment. You go have fun for the day. They have kayaking, snowboarding. They go hiking. Mountain climbing. We have our own climbing walls on campus. If you want to take the course and learn how to climb, you can do that as well. So a lot to do around the Puget Sound. As far as restaurants, we have the Greenery, which is a combination. I always recommend you start out with the slowest meal plan, because a lot of the students are not around on weekends, so save you some money. But because you can always add to it, but you cannot take away from. So if you realize that that's not enough food, you can always add to the plan. But start with the smallest meal plan and go from there. But you have Einstein's Bagel, the flaming eggplant is a co-op that was actually founded by Evergreen students. It's a great place to, it's a vegetarian, great, great food, great place to eat, and it's affordable. Then we have like Topio's Pizza, the Crazy Burrito place. There's a few different options if you're tired of eating at the Greenery, which is our food facility there. So, and remember, you're 10 minutes away by bus, and you can use your student ID to go downtown. So you want to jump on the bus, go downtown, use your ID card, go eat downtown, and then come back to school. There's 2 counties where you can go for free using your student ID card, and they'll take you to the transfer station if you don't want to bring your car. A lot of the students don't bring their cars. They use public transportation or they buy a bicycle. But if you take the bus to the transfer station, you can get up to Seattle for the day, have fun, or you can go down to Portland and have fun for a day. So there's a lot to do, a lot of student activities going on. That it's a great place to be. So there's also a place to surf about an hour away from us. Westport, Washington is a cool beach. A lot of surfing going on there. So you have it all. Yeah, you have mountains, ocean, urban. Highly recommend if you get a chance to go to Seattle, do the underground tour. Because Seattle is built upon the old city that burned down. They built on top of that city, but there's underground tours that they take you on. If you get a chance to do that, it's pretty cool. And it tells the story on how Seattle was built. So we have soccer, Seattle Sounders, down this in Portland, we have basketball, we have the Mariners. If you're into sports, we have a new hockey team coming up, the Women's National Basketball. They just won the title here. They're the champs. So there's a lot to do, a lot to see. Any other questions? Let me check here. We have like 4 minutes, guys. If you have any questions about admissions, if you need me to read over your essay, please hit me up, castrog@evergreen.edu. Even if you're applying to a different school, I'm here to help you. So if you have essays that you're not sure about, please go ahead and send them to me. I'll read them for you and give you some feedback. And remember the deadlines, please don't forget. FAFSA is open. So if you haven't done so, fill out the FAFSA. The priority deadline for applying is 1 December and scholarships is 1 February. And remember, we're waiving the $50 application fee, okay? Yes, Mr. Ross?
Well, we're pretty close to time. We're
Yeah.
scheduled in at 45 after, so I think without any additional questions, we can wrap up unless you have something that you want to end with.
No, sir. Thank you very much for all of you to applying, and please reach out. My name is George, and I'm here to help you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And I want to thank everyone for joining us for this session today. When you close this window, there'll be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this is just one of many different sessions being hosted. Be sure to sign up for additional ones where you signed up for this one. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings, again, at the same place that you signed up for this session. Once again, thank you to George from the Evergreen State College for presenting today. Have a good rest of your Monday.
Bye. Thank you. Pleasure.